Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, bro. It's me, Big Nuke. What's up, cuz? Where you been?
Hey, what's up with your YouTube? You ever check on your damn channel, man? It's more than a week since that motherfucker ain't seen no action. What's the matter, cuh? What's the matter? If you really wanna know, I'll tell you what the
Mattress. I can never get off of my mattress.
Get it? Mattress. Mattress. uh. So I've been wanting to make my own texture pack for a while now, but being the monkey-brained individual that I am, I just couldn't figure out how to. But recently there's been a sudden escalation in my cranial capacity, which has led to this marvelous creation. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my very own texture pack. And there we go, now it's active. But weirdo, everything looks the exact same. Precisely. That's the point. I don't want to take away much from the essence of vanilla Minecraft. So, not a lot of things are gonna change. So, for starters, we have these amazing glass. Absolutely beautiful medieval style glass. Ooh, baby. Oh, isn't that beautiful? You know what? Let's actually take a look at it from inside the house. I've always been a big fan of how the glass looks on the Conquest Reforged mod on Java Edition, and I'm trying to do something similar over here. And look, it makes for a very nice detailed looking window. Oh, oh, it looks so good. I've also changed torches a little bit. So now these are way darker and have these metal bands around them, very much inspired by Storm Dragon's 77's texture pack, but this is a little darker than it, you can see. Anyway, let's hop into a creative test world and I'll show you what else I've done. Alright, here we are in a creative test world, and before you are the new glass textures that I did. So the first one we have here is gray stained glass. This one wasn't there in the survival world, and then we had the light gray and the orange one. I didn't really do the rest of them because I don't use them, and I think I want to have every glass a little different from the other, you know? Yeah, so there's more building capability with them. I really like this gray one though. It's just like the light gray, but it has this border in the middle. So it looks like it can open, but it can open in half, but it doesn't, of course. Anyway, then we have the torch that we saw earlier. Again, inspired by Storm Dragon 77's semi-iron texture pack. But mine is a little more rustic and old looking, I'd say. But very much inspired by him. Anyway, over here we have a painting.
A painting.
Yeah, that's a painting. I customize the painting. So, what is it? PAI. There we go. This is a one block white painting and it should be here soon. And there we go. It's just some paper stuck to a wall, because who doesn't like some good old paper stuck to a wall, just adding some extra detail. Anyway, over here we have a daylight sensor, which when paired with a dark oak trapdoor makes for an amazing looking chair. And this unlocks so many more interior decoration capabilities, because we don't really have any good chairs in vanilla Minecraft, except of course the ones that are made out of stair blocks, but you gotta admit, they get old with time. But look at this cool new design we have now. It has cushioned seats and all. Like I would definitely want to sit on it. Anyway, now back we are in the survival world, and what I want to do today is build this structure over here, which, as you must have read in the title, is going to be a cooper or a barrel maker. Meanwhile, I've also planned out these two structures over here. So I think this one is going to be a carpenter making furniture and whatnot, and then this in the corner over here can be a small little bakery. Anyway, the focus for today's episode is going to be this house over here. So what I want to do first is come in on the corners with some stone bricks and andesite alternatively. What this does is it makes the wall look more fortified and stronger, and it also smooths the corner out so it doesn't look as abrupt as it would look otherwise. Now the main block that I'm going to be using for the walls is again some good old cobblestone. Having a grey base to the build almost always works for me, but I'm a little concerned about, I don't want to push my luck and overdo it, otherwise it just looks too repetitive and just doesn't look good. Like practically every single build in this area has a similar base, and I do want to change it a little bit, but this works for this one. Now, I want you to take a look around this place. Look at these supporting beams or whatever these are. These supporting thingies, they are very uniform, right? They are one trapdoor, one stair, one trapdoor, one stair. And they're basically very uniform in every single build. But with this one, I want to bring in some irregularity. So we're going to come in, not that. Okay, so we're going to come in with a slab, and then 2 trapdoors, and then again a slab and 3 trapdoors, and again a slab and 1 trapdoor. And that doesn't look half bad. No, what? Let's not do that. Let's have slab over here instead. So it's two trapdoors and then 1 slab. And I think that looks pretty neat. Because uniformity and symmetry is neat and all, but if done too much, the wall just looks like a simulation. Now for the first floor, I'm just going to use some regular oak logs and build up 4 blocks on the corners. On the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we're going to have 1 log pillar in the middle as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then we're going to fill in the rest with some birch logs. It's a very old school path, birch wood, oak wood. Back in the day, everyone used to use oak wood primarily in their builds. That was like the early days of Minecraft building. Anyway, now we're also going to strip the birch so it doesn't have this horrendous log texture. And we're also going to leave 2 blocks in the middle for the windows. I also want to go ahead and have a log end below the windows so it adds a little bit of extra detail. I've always seen Web do this, and it's a pretty standard way to add some extra detail to the windows. Now for the glass in these windows, I think I want to use these custom gray glass panes because I think they'd look really epic. So let's do that. And in the next one too, there we go. Let's take a look at that from a distance. Oh, that looks insane. Now, before we start building upwards, I want to go ahead and add one of these horizontal oak beams so it looks something like that. And then above that, we can start building the second floor, or the attic space essentially. Because it's not going to be a full-blown storage, it's going to be inside the roof. And then, oh, I hate it when that happens. So, I was saying... What? Okay, so I was saying, we're going to take this oak column, or beam, whatever, and then we're going to continue this all the way to over here, until it's 2 blocks above this birch thing. And then we're just going to mirror the birch on this side. We're also going to strip it, of course, and then it should look something like that. And now, just to have some natural light in this place, we can have a window right about there. Perfect. Now something that I've been enjoying recently is having these slab dividers between the peak of the roof and the actual story. It just helps breaking things up a little bit, and it kind of looks nice. And then if we spice it up a little bit more, like here I'm adding slabs and trapdoors, it looks even better. And look at that, that's not too bad. I also want to quickly go ahead and add some of these shades and shutters to the windows just to add some extra detail. And the reason I'm using jungle trapdoors instead of oak is because we've already used some oak in this build. And I just wanted to mix things up a little bit. Now, just for good measure, just to have that extra pop of color in here, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 bushes onto the window. Now, I don't know how realistic these are, but they do look good. Now for the square thing outside over here, I just want to go ahead and start off with 2 polished andesite blocks on each corner. So we have a strong base to the thing. And then on top, we're going to have 1 smooth stone each. And check out my perfect parkour skills. Hi! Yeah! Ha! Ha! And perfect building. Beautiful. Now we actually want this to be as high as this block, and we also don't need any of these guidelines anymore, so we can get rid of them. So what I was thinking is we could use some stone bricks and have some of these small arches on each side, and then we're basically gonna keep copying this around until we have like a small box of arches, and something like that could definitely work for us. Now I was thinking we could have like a balcony over here. And I actually need some of those spruce trapdoors. Also, by the way, I just moved my mic further away from my face after the previous clip, so let me know if this audio sounds better or the previous one sounds better. Just in quality, not in loudness, because I know the previous one is a little louder than this. Anyway, now we can place in this 1 remaining trapdoor. There we go. And the rest of the balcony is gonna stay like this because it has a bit of a curve to it. What we can do now is start working on this bit over here. So we just pillar up by 3 blocks and then do the same thing on the other side. 2, 3, there we go. And then I was thinking we could have some of these birch logs, and you know what, let's actually not do that. Let's have some of these log end blocks, and then we're gonna go ahead and strip them, and we can remove these placeholder blocks. And now I'm gonna angle myself real good here. Yep, that's pretty good. And then pillar up by 3 more blocks with birch logs. Yep, look at my skills over here. I bet no one can do that. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and add some of these glass in here, and let's jump down and take a look at it from a distance. Oh, just as perfect as always. I was also thinking like we could pop a door in here just so we actually have a way to get onto the balcony. Okay, perfect door. Now, moving on. Now the balcony is looking good and all, but it's still not complete. So to top it all off very beautifully, I was thinking we could have a railing made out of oak trapdoors. Now the trapdoors are going to be 1 block outside the foot of the balcony, hence we have these placeholder blocks here. So okay, let me think this through. Wait a second, we could have like 1 trapdoor over on here, and then one on the inside. So I was saying the reason we're doing this is because we actually want to have some usable block space on the balcony itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these are usable block spaces, and I think it looks quite cool. Now for the roof on this thing, I was thinking that we could use some basic spruce planks just for the trim, and then we can continue the rest of the roof with stripped spruce logs. We are also gonna have the stair block at the edge, and then the rest of the trim is gonna be just full blocks. I think I've used this kind of roof style before, and this is the thing with me, right? Once I do something, like once I do a certain palette or a certain style or a type of window or a type of roof shape, and if I do it again, I think to myself that what if I'm overusing the style, or what if this is cliche now? This also at times keeps me from getting inspired by other Minecraft builders. So if I like use a palette that they used or use a style that they used, I feel unoriginal. I feel like I'm copying their work. And this forces me to try and be unique and original with every single build, and that's not always possible, you know. There are gonna be a lot of houses, and not every single of those houses can have a different palette and have the same style. Nowadays I just tell myself that that's the whole point of taking inspiration from someone else. Unless I'm not copying their build block by block, it is original, right? Now for the jet out bit over here, I was thinking we could go for a spicy roof design. So I'm starting off with some lower half slabs and then gonna continue with some upper half slabs. You know what, let's actually do some full blocks over there instead. Now let's just place this over here and have another full block behind it. And that's pretty much our roof over here. Let's go ahead and drop down and see how it looks from a distance. Not too bad. I quite like it actually. What I'm gonna do now is just mirror the front on the back and just call it a day. Oh, and also I built this bit over here, so now it looks something like that. And I quite like it. It's nice. So let me get this little part built, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, welcome back everybody. And I want you all to check this out. The slabs at the end really changed the overall curve of the roof. And it looks quite nice, I think. Now, just to make it look a little spicy, or to make it look all fancy schmancy, we can do a little trick that I've been doing a lot around this area. If we can hop on to there. Okay. So what we can do is we can have a little full block over here and then 2 slabs behind it, and then go ahead and have jut out with upside down stair, and it makes that nice pokey thing, and have a trapdoor, a slab, and a trapdoor, and another slab, and that makes the roof look a tiny bit more interesting than usual. Check that out. So now, considering the fact that the episode is quite long already, I think it's about time we snap this thing into completion. So, right about in 3, 2, 1, and look at that! Oh, I love it. I also came in later and did some more texturing to the roof and all. I mixed some planks in with the strip spruce logs, and I think it looks pretty good. All the detailing and all, I'm quite happy with them. But my favorite part about it so far is this balcony over here. I so dearingly adore it. I also kept a few of these barrels outside for decorational purposes, and I also built this bit over here to connect the two buildings, and I thought it looked pretty cool. The interior to this thing is currently hollow, but I do have a concept in mind, and we're eventually gonna do it. Anyway, the reason I came here is because I want to show you guys this. The ambience on here, I swear, is such a vibe. Eventually, once the town square is a bit more complete, this balcony is gonna be such a cool vantage point. Now, talking about the town square, I'm thinking why don't we make some progress on it right now. So as I mentioned this earlier, I want the main block here to be gravel. Of course, we're gonna mix in some cobblestone and andesite, but for the most part, it's gonna be gravel, which means it's gonna look somewhat like our paths over here. And the cool idea that I had recently is that we could divide the area of the houses from the town square with some of our smooth stone blocks over here. So what I'm thinking is we can leave 2 blocks of space from the base wall of the house and start our smooth stone divider on the 3rd block. So we can place 1 block over here and 1 block over here, boom boom, and once we reach this point we can count 2 more blocks and place 1 over here. So you get it, there's always 2 blocks of space between the wall of the house and the divider. And now we just continue doing this throughout the town square and alongside every single building. So then, I guess, let me get this done and I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, alrighty, welcome back everybody. So as you can see, I've placed the dividers down, dug this place out, and I've also come to a horrible realization. So after I finished placing my dividers down, I was just jumping around them like so, and this is the bit that troubles me the most. Just take a look at how jagged and ugly looking it is. And I know this just because the buildings are on an angle, but regardless, it doesn't look good. Just look at how pleasant and smooth the rest of these are, and that bit over there, ugh. So what I'm thinking now is we can completely make a change in our plan and not follow the walls of the houses. So give me a minute, let me wrap my head around this concept, and I shall see you guys in a bit. So my friends, after a fair bit of trial and error, I've come up with this. It's a sort of a crooked semicircle, and it's not following any walls of the houses or anything. It's kind of its own thing. But I think it looks pretty good. So I guess let's not waste any more time. Let's finish this thing up in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, that's more like it. Doesn't this place look so nice now? And by the way, if you're wondering where all my tools go, I just died and lost all my stuff. But I made a new pickaxe and we were at least able to get some progress done on the town square. And as they say, if it ends bad, all's bad. Or some shit like that. But anyway guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I shall see y'all in the next one. I gotta go gear up now. Anyway, goodbye.